Right now, Americans get away for the holidays, but health experts warn that could come with some risk. And as 2021 winds down, we check in Wisconsin's Attorney General as he heads into an election year. And later, how Madison high schoolers are finding the right beat when trying to make a positive change in the classroom. That's all coming up on News 3 Now. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. It's been a pretty quiet start to the winter for us, but things are about to pick up before the end of the year with some chances for snowfall. Meteorologist Austin Kopnitsky is outside. And Austin, there's an alert day in the radar.
There is an alert day in the forecast, and although it's snowing outside right now, it's not for tonight. We have an alert day actually in the forecast for Tuesday. Outside right now, the snow is coming down, however. We've seen about an inch here in the Madison area within the last hour and a half or so. And we're going to continue to see these moderate to even heavier snow showers here and there for the next few hours before this does wrap up and eventually transition to some rainfall later on in the overnight hours. But currently at 32 degrees, these temperatures will actually rise a little bit later on into the nighttime hours. But we do have winter weather advisories in effect for some of our northern and northwestern most communities. That's in effect until about 6 a.m. tomorrow. Doppler track does show quite a bit of that snowfall making its way through, even some hints of thunder snow. So if you actually hear a few rumbles of thunder, that is not out of the question over these next few hours. That is a possibility, and for some communities, it has already happened. Now tonight, that low temperature is at 32 degrees. That's where we're currently sitting. Temperatures are actually going to rise over the next few hours, and we are going to see some changes. And of course, we have that alert day to talk about. So quite a bit to talk about in the world of weather for tonight. Make sure you stay tuned. I'll give you all the details coming up a little bit later on.
I was going to say, Austin is living up to his word as a meteorologist. He's out there amongst the really nasty weather right now. Air travel across the country saw a surge yesterday on Christmas, but holiday travel didn't reach pre-pandemic levels. Thousands of flights across the country were canceled this week due to airline staffing shortages. None of the cancellations affected Dane County Regional Airport. One traveler tells us this weekend's experience at the airport was actually pretty easy.
In and out, they try to get you through the terminals as quick as possible. It doesn't really seem to affect many people. I mean, you're calm and collective and positive attitude with everything seems to go pretty quickly.
Only 1.5 million people were screened by the TSA yesterday. That's well below what we saw on Christmas before the pandemic in 2019. The Madison Ballet had an abrupt end to its annual Nutcracker. Today's final performance at the Overture Center was canceled after the ballet had some breakthrough COVID cases. Anyone who had a ticket for the show will be able to receive a full refund. Vice President Kamala Harris says the U.S. is prepared for whatever comes next in this pandemic. Harris had an exclusive interview this morning on CBS's Face the Nation.
As you know, the exhaustion is just with us all the time. When can you tell the American people this will end?
We have the power today to have an impact on tomorrow, and we can't shortchange the significance of that. We have the power today to go out, and if you've not been boosted, go get boosted. The power today to go and get vaccinated, and that will have an impact on where we end up tomorrow.
Harris was also asked if the pandemic is dragging on because of people refusing to get the vaccine. She said that we shouldn't be throwing around blame and just urged everyone to get their shots. A cruise ship that had some COVID cases is back at its port. The Carnival Freedom ship returned to Miami today. The ship left from Miami on December 18th. Over the past 8 days, the cruise line says a number of people tested positive for the virus, and several of its planned stops in the Caribbean islands were canceled after the ship was denied entry.
I couldn't even go in a pool the whole time. We didn't touch one pool on that ship because everybody's in there all over each other. Nobody's wearing masks. It was disgusting. Nobody cared.
Carnival isn't alone. At least 4 cruise ships were turned away from ports because of COVID cases on board. 3 more college football games won't happen this week due to COVID concerns. The Military Bowl, the Sun Bowl, and the Fenway Bowl have all been canceled. 5 bowl games have already been affected so far by the virus. But the Badgers are still set to play Arizona State on Thursday in the Las Vegas Bowl. The team left Camp Randall on Friday. They see them getting in the buses there. Wisconsin AD Chris McIntosh says he won't be making the trip after he tested positive for COVID. We're going to have full coverage from Vegas this week, beginning on Tuesday, right here on News 3 Now. In more local news, Madison firefighters responded to a structure fire on the city's east side this morning for more than 3 hours. This video is from the 2800 block of Atwood Avenue. Crews were not able to tell us much today, but did say they responded at about 5:20 a.m. Officials have not provided any reports of injuries or damage so far. And in Sauk County, a fire destroyed a mobile home and several buildings on Christmas afternoon. It started as a brush fire on County Highway U northeast of Baraboo. More than a dozen departments did respond to this scene. No one was hurt, including any firefighters. Officials do not believe it is suspicious. We're just 1 week away from a major trial getting started here in Dane County. Jury selection will begin for the Chandler Halderson case on January 3rd. A jury status hearing for Halderson is set for this Wednesday. The 23-year-old has pled not guilty to killing both of his parents over the summer. His trial is expected to take about 3 weeks. And we'll be in the courtroom streaming the Halderson trial. To be able to find live updates and much more on our Channel 3000 News app, remember, you can download it free in our app store. Ahead of a re-election year, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul is reflecting on 2021 and looking ahead to 2022. Tahalil Mohodin recaps a conversation we had with him and shares what he's still hoping to accomplish in office.
Heading into the new year, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul is reflecting on his biggest accomplishments.
At a time when there has been so much gridlock in politics, we have been delivering results for the people of Wisconsin.
Like taking on Big Pharma.
Wisconsin is now in line to recover about $500 million from pharmaceutical companies and opioid distributors to support efforts to fight the opioid epidemic in communities across the state.
And leading an investigation into clergy abuse. The DOJ receiving 180 reports since beginning in May.
Gathering evidence so that we can get a comprehensive understanding of this issue in Wisconsin so that we can document that and provide recommendations.
It's a part of Kaul's mission to strengthen the state's response to sexual assault. Earlier this month, he was involved in the passing of legislation designed to prevent the future backlog of untested kits.
Making sure that survivors in Wisconsin know that law enforcement wants to receive their reports and is encouraging people to report is really important.
Ahead of the 2022 election, Kaul is also weighing in on some of this year's biggest issues. Following the deadly attack at the Waukesha parade, he wants change.
Reforming our system so that when somebody is a danger to the community, there's not a dollar amount set where if they have access to resources, even if they're in danger, they might be able to get out.
But one thing the Attorney General doesn't want to focus his efforts on in the new year, the Gableman investigation.
There's nothing that can be done at this point that would make this investigation credible.
He says the results of the 2020 presidential election are clear.
To even a report from the conservative Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, and they have universally found that the results of our election reflect the will of the voters.
Voters he hopes are on his side come November. In Madison, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
And you can find more of our conversation with the Attorney General on our website, channel3000.com. State Senator Lena Taylor says she plans to make a run for mayor of Milwaukee. Earlier this week, Taylor suspended her campaign for lieutenant governor. The Milwaukee Democrat has not filed paperwork to enter the crowded race, which already has 7 other candidates. Former Mayor Tom Barrett resigned earlier this week to become the U.S. ambassador to Luxembourg. Tonight marks 5 weeks since the deadly attack at the Waukesha Christmas parade, and a memorial honoring the victims will come down this week. The city is planning to hold a closing ceremony in Veterans Park on Wednesday. City leaders say all items at the memorial will be saved at the Waukesha County Historical Society. Next month, the city will consider where to put a permanent memorial. It's a grim milestone for the family of John Benet Ramsey. Today marks 25 years since the 6-year-old was murdered. Detectives say they've processed more than 1,500 pieces of evidence and nearly 1,000 DNA samplings over the past quarter century. In 1996, Ramsey was found dead in the basement of her Colorado home. Her death was ruled a homicide. Ramsey's parents were the initial suspects, but were cleared in 2008. Police say they're still working to solve this case. And 1 year ago today, over the state line in Rockford, you may remember 3 people were shot and killed inside a bowling alley. Police say Duke Webb opened fire inside Don Carter lanes. At this time, Webb was an active duty special forces soldier. Webb has pled not guilty to charges of first-degree murder. Coming up, kids at One Madison High School are trying to create some positive change. Next at 10, Chris Stanford shows us how they're striking a new chord in a special eye on education. Plus, we're going to take a look at a whiteout condition on the West Coast and how people in our area are getting a taste of winter even before our first snowfall.
The After Christmas 48-hour sale is this Sunday and Monday at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 54% off on doorbusters and special buys, all with no interest financing. Plus, we have millions of dollars worth of products in stock and ready for delivery. Only at Ashley Home Store.
It's the final days of the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event. Your last chance to get the best deals of the year on Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks for 44 years straight. Only a few more days to save on our full lineup of Ford SUVs. Hurry in. It's the final days of the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2021 Ford F-150 and get 0% financing for 66 months plus $500 cash back.
Hey guys.
Hey Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, U.S. Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Your energy, celebrating the people you love, mixing up smiles, making each day brighter than the last. At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power, we're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
The After Christmas 48-hour sale is this Sunday and Monday at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 54% off on doorbusters and special buys, all with no interest financing. Plus, we have millions of dollars worth of products in stock and ready for delivery. Only at Ashley Home Store.
If you want to save money on your mortgage payment every month, Consumer Reports has some advice to get you a better interest rate. Plus, we'll have a look at the weather for the final week of 2021. We'll see you Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. The NFC's top teams are keeping pace this weekend with the Pack. Green Bay held off Cleveland yesterday for its 12th win of the season. Today, the Bucs, the Cowboys, and the Rams all won their 11th game. The Packers can clinch the NFC's top seed and a first-round bye with wins in each of its last 2 games. Students at Madison East have seen trying times and are now trying to set a new tone, and now they have some help. Chris Stanford has more on a special eye on education.
We're going to go back to that.
The sound draws them in. A few bars that can lift the mood.
stage for their entire day.
Inspiring through improvisation, hoping to spark some introspection.
These are the stories that we have to tell.
The school is out of control. It comes down to we need all hands on deck.
East High has made the news a lot this semester.
Madison East High School Principal Sean Levy is being reassigned. How to combat the concerns of violence.
All of this after multiple fights broke out during the lunch hour yesterday.
To counter the division and the distance, jazz brings them together. Each Thursday morning, as their classmates roll in, student musicians perform a few numbers. The students and their two guests, Nelson Render and Marvin Pryor, two seasoned performers who've played with some of jazz's finest, like Ray Charles. They're happy to trade the bright lights for the opportunity to connect with this audience.
Male, female, you had blacks, you had whites, you had everyone just connecting. And that's the power of music. It brings people together.
Render and Pryor are using their talents to set a new tone at East. Their commitment is their job. Both are administrators with the Madison Metro School District.
One of the things that I'm charged with is making sure that we level the playing field for all students.
1, 2, 3.
They've come out from their offices.
Well, we don't often get that face-to-face connection with the people downtown.
Compelled to reach their students.
We prioritize this because this is the essence of why we're here.
There's been some things happening here at East that hasn't been so positive. But what has happened is the resiliency that we see in the staff and the students in the community, you know, people stepping up to the plate and saying, hey, we got to get involved.
The payoff is instant.
It's amazing, and I love it.
I take a step back and I look around, and it's just such an incredible thing to look up and see everybody just grooving out, getting into it, closing their eyes.
Connections made.
And for that moment, for that very moment, nothing else matters. We just see the humanity in everyone that occupies that space.
At East High.
It is the thing that connects us all.
Thanks so much for playing with us.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now.
Music is a powerful thing. Next tonight, Minnesota State Patrol says icy roads are to blame for another massive pileup on I-94. Officers say nearly 50 vehicles and semi-trucks were involved in yesterday's crash, which closed down the interstate for about 2 hours. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt. And out west, a massive winter storm is slamming parts of California. Look at this whiteout condition at Lake Tahoe. A 70-mile stretch of the interstate near the Nevada state line was forced to shut down. Officials say the road won't reopen until at least tomorrow. And some snow is finally in our forecast. Austin's back with your certified most accurate forecast.
It's just about, what, 24 hours too late? Unfortunately, not quite seeing the white Christmas this time around, but one day later than expected, and now we finally do have some snow on the ground as of right now, but that also means very slick and snow-covered roads here in southern Wisconsin. If you're planning on driving over the next few hours, you can expect those roads to be slick and snow-covered. And it says roads slick at times. That time is right now. Later on, especially after midnight, we're actually going to see some slight improvement here with the roadway conditions, especially with crews working and a transition to rain in the works here later on tonight. Temperatures actually going to warm up in the overnight hours, and then we're going to talk about an alert day for Tuesday that has been put into the forecast. Now, our Doppler track does show quite a bit of that snowfall making its way through, but also we're nearing the end of what we're going to see with the actual accumulating snowfall. After we reach about midnight, then we're really going to cut it off, eventually transition over to some lighter rain showers, and that'll be the case for much of the rest of the night. But for right now, that rain snow line still holding down to our south. We did just hear a report of some thunder snow in Janesville, heard a report earlier of thunder snow in Platteville, so that is a possibility here over these next few hours. Don't be too shocked if you hear a few rumbles of thunder, but just note that is actually pretty rare, so it's actually pretty cool to hear that outside. But winter weather advisory is in effect until until 6 a.m., especially for our northwesternmost communities. So that's what we're watching out for, where we're going to see some slightly higher snowfall totals. And those roads are likely going to be a little more slick up in those communities, as temperatures are likely going to stay a little bit closer to freezing. For most of us, however, these temperatures actually expected to rise in the overnight hours. We're eventually going to see that transition over to some rainfall here later on, and then that's going to clear out in the early morning hours for tomorrow, and the clouds won't be too far behind it. So by the afternoon, partly cloudy skies will take over. But then jumping over to Tuesday, we're going to see some more snow on the way, and this is what we're watching out for next. About 1 to 3 inches is looking likely here with this Tuesday system, and by the end of this, we could even see upwards of about 4 or 5 inches whenever you combine tonight with what we're expecting on Tuesday. I still think we're going to see around 1 to 3 inches on Tuesday. By the end of tonight, about 1 to 2 inches for most. An isolated 3 is still a possibility, especially with some of the heavier snowfall rates that we've been looking at as of late. But then we're going to see a little bit of a dry stretch and a cold overall forecast. That next chance for snow looks to be on Saturday, and those chances actually increasing right now. So winter, it's here, but it's just a day late.
Yeah, like we said, we can't say it enough, actually. Make sure to take it slow out on the roads, right, Austin?
That is absolutely correct, especially because right here in Dane County, we haven't really seen these roadways get covered just yet. So I know on my commute home, I'm going to be driving extremely slow, and if this is your first time driving in the snow in a while, please do the same. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Thanks so much, Austin. And make sure you know the road conditions tonight before you hit the road by downloading our Channel 3000 weather app. It's free and available in the App Store. Well, if you can't get your white Christmas from Mother Nature, a store-bought one works too. Today, Anna Hansen spoke with some people who are making the most of our current conditions.
'Tis the ski-season for outdoor recreation.
Skiing, doing a little snowboarding maybe.
And Tyrell Basin has been preparing since October.
The staff members are so nice, and they just make it a really fun time for you.
Though it may look easy-freezy,
just a fun environment.
Owner Nathan McGree will tell you creating your own powder is no easy task.
We move millions of gallons of water uphill to put it down as snow. There's a lot that goes into it.
For him, it's been a pretty typical year thus far.
This season hasn't been much different than any other December for us. The cold comes and goes, the warm comes and goes.
Despite a few weather-related setbacks, McGree says the enjoyment of his customers is worth those trips up the hill.
We get to deal with customers who are coming out here to have a good time, and we get to help provide that good time for them.
And the people who come out to ride the slopes definitely notice his hard work.
The weather's perfect, and they do such a good job making snow.
It's really icy, but it's really light. I really like it.
After all, the cold never bothered him anyway. In Mount Horeb, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
Well, those slopes will be open this week each day from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. and you can plan your ski trip by visiting our website, channel3000.com. Still ahead at 10, a leader in South Africa's anti-apartheid movement has died. We'll take a look back at the life of Desmond Tutu after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed, just $89.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going swimming!
We're going to find the perfect treat.
We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Or find your Red Tag and you may qualify for $500 bonus cash on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. That's on top of most other offers. New models are arriving weekly. Secure yours today. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Bye, Mom. Sometimes you just gotta do what's in your heart to put some joy out there. When the world needs a little bit of love, give it love. It's about caring for others and for those who care for others, because everyone should know, no matter who they are, just how much they matter. Be happy, be healthy, be kind. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
USA, this is Stephanie.
Hi, this is Robert. I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
I can help you with that. What's your member number?
87.
It should be between 5 and 12 digits.
Busted. This is Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I'm not a member.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, it's still only for the military community.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed? Just $89.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A man once called a unifying symbol of freedom has died tonight. Desmond Tutu was known as the voice of the anti-apartheid struggle in South Africa. CBS News' Tina Kraus takes a look back at his life.
Desmond Tutu retired from public life in 2010 after decades of struggling against apartheid and global injustices. He laughed as he told reporters in South Africa he would no longer be available for interviews. The former archbishop battled prostate cancer for years, but never lost his broad smile and positive outlook on life. The married father of 4 rose to worldwide fame in the 1980s when he fought against racial segregation.
We will be free!
While Nelson Mandela was in prison, Tutu spoke out against South Africa's brutal apartheid regime. In 1984, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. The Nobel Committee called Tutu a unifying symbol for all African freedom fighters. 2 years later, he became the first black man to hold the position of Archbishop of Cape Town. In 1994, South Africa held its first all-race election, and Tutu coined the term Rainbow Nation. When Nelson Mandela won the presidency, Tutu said it was one of the greatest moments of his life, and that he told God, if I die now, I don't really mind. Doctors diagnosed Tutu with prostate cancer in 1997, and he underwent successful treatment in the U.S. The disease did not slow him down, and he traveled the world promoting peace and equality.
I'm so proud to be with my friend again.
President Obama honored him for his efforts to educate people about HIV and AIDS. In 2019, the South African icon hosted a visit for Britain's newest royal, baby Archie. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan posted a video on Instagram with the caption, "Arch meets Archie." With his unshakable optimism and unwavering faith, Tutu will be remembered as one of the world's leading human rights activists. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Tributes to Tutu from world leaders are coming in. In a tweet, former President Barack Obama called Tutu a mentor, a friend, and a moral compass. Tutu was 90 years old. Stay with us. Austin will have one final check of your forecast right after the break.
Happy holidays!
عيدكم سعيد.
Wesołych świąt! Mabuhay!
Nawag iyo barwako.
Felices fiestas. No matter how it's said, happy holidays from your friends at Gruber Law Offices.
It's the final day
days of the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event. Your last chance to get the best deals of the year on Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks for 44 years straight. Only a few more days to save on our full lineup of Ford SUVs. Hurry in. It's the final days of the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event. Now get an edge with 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers today.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
We all love reading the magazine, but did you know there's additional exclusive Madison Magazine content here on channel3000.com? Click on Madison Magazine for timely food stories and blogs on the local food scene that don't appear in the magazine. Find arts and entertainment and interesting Madisonians. There are featured columnists and online extras like photo galleries and videos. Channel 3000 and Madison Magazine. Together, they're your one source for all things Madison.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
A panel of Wisconsin political journalists looks back and forward Wednesday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And welcome back. One final check of our radar. It shows a lot of the heavier snowfall now in Dane County and starting to actually move out of southwestern Wisconsin. Platteville, Prairie du Chien, starting to see a little bit less snowfall as of right now. Taking a look at some of our visibilities, it's down there. That's an indicator that some of the snow that's falling is on the heavier side of things. Just another reminder, winter weather advisory is in effect until 6 a.m.
All right, that's all we have for tonight. Thanks so much for watching us.